You wake up, you grab your phone, you check the forecast, rain. All day. Again. At this point, especially in the UK, I'm not even sure we've seen the sun in 2026. I think it left in December and just hasn't come back. Every wedding this year, wet. Every forecast, grey. The couple messages you. Is this bad? You look outside, it's drizzling sideways. The venue lawn looks like a swimming pool. And you think, brilliant, this will be fun. But here's the thing. Rainy wedding days are where beginners panic and pros quietly get to work. And today, I'm going to show you exactly why rain doesn't ruin wedding photos and how to shoot in it without it looking like you're mentally drafting an apology email. Right, let's address the obvious. This video could not be better timed, especially if you're in the UK, because as far as I'm aware, it has rained every single day of 2026 so far, and there's absolutely no sign of it stopping. I'm not even checking the forecast anymore. I just assume it's going to be wet. That's the baseline. So if you're watching this and thinking, yeah, cheers Ben, I've got 3 weddings this month and it's basically monsoon season. Well, this one's for you. Rain still messes a little bit with your head, doesn't it? You can have shot loads of weddings and that forecast still makes you pause for a second. Because suddenly the smooth timeline you imagined, flexible. The golden hour plan is optimistic at best. The we'll just pop outside quickly is risky. And it's not just about the photos. Rain changes the energy of the day. People staring out windows. The bride's mum starts saying, it wasn't meant to rain, like you personally control the weather. So this is episode 6 of Wedding Photography Problems and how the pros fix them. This whole series is about real wedding day curveballs, not perfect Pinterest weddings. Real situations, real pressure, real fixes. And just like the other episodes, there's a PDF cheat sheet linked below. Think of it as your rainy day backup brain for when the skies turn grey and your confidence tries to wobble. Because here's the truth, especially in Britain. Rain isn't a rare event. It's a part of the job description. And once you stop acting surprised by it, it loses its power. Today, we're talking about why rain doesn't ruin photos. Unless you let it. Rain feels dramatic because it destroys the plan. And beginner photographers love a plan. You've scouted the venue, you've pictured the portraits, you've mentally rehearsed the golden hour, and then, nope, now you're thinking, where do I put them? How do I keep the dress clean? And what if they hate the photos? Also, what if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing? And that's the real issue, not the rain. It's the fear of looking unsure. Because here's the truth. Rain doesn't ruin photos. Hesitation ruins photos. The awkward pause when you're scanning the venue hoping that inspiration lands on you. Pros don't do that. They walk in and immediately start clocking things. Okay, big window there. Nice covered walkway there. Dark doorway. That'll work. Stone wall. Well, that'll look better wet anyway. They adapt quickly. And when you adapt quickly, nobody questions you. Rain only feels like a disaster if you freeze. The moment you move with purpose, it just stops being scary. So here's the shift that honestly changes everything. Rain isn't a problem. It's a vibe. Overcast light is gorgeous. There's no squinting, no harsh shadows, no blown out foreheads. Half the time, sunny weddings are harder. Rain gives you mood automatically. It gives you atmosphere and it gives you depth in the air. And instead of asking, how do I avoid this? The pros ask, how do I use this? Backlight the rain and suddenly it looks cinematic. Shoot a couple under cover with the rain falling behind them and you've got instant drama. And here's the important bit. The couple is watching you. If you look calm, they relax. If you say, this actually is going to look incredible, they believe you. If you look stressed, checking your weather app every 10 minutes, they feel that. You are the emotional thermostat on a wedding day. If you stay level, the room stays level. And that is leadership. Let's talk umbrellas. Because umbrellas can either look timeless or like you panic grab something from a petrol station on the way there. Simple is best. Black, clear, that's it. Clear umbrellas are elite. Light passes through, faces stay bright, and you can still see expressions properly. But don't just hand it to them and step back. Adjust it. Lift it slightly higher than they would naturally hold it, otherwise it's going to cover half their faces. Tilt it back a touch too, and make sure you bring them closer together than usual. Rain shots work better when they feel intimate, not spaced out like they're waiting for a bus. And don't let the umbrella dominate the shot. It's a tool, it's not the star. Also, just keep 2 clear umbrellas in your car. It's one of the cheapest bits of insurance you'll ever buy as a wedding photographer. Rain creates things that you just don't get on dry days. Puddles become mirrors. If you're willing to crouch, and I mean properly crouch, you can create reflections that look like you planned them. Wet pavements reflect light beautifully at night too. Reception shots in the rain are unreal. Doorways suddenly become frames. Covered areas become little studios. And longer lenses are a massive advantage. When you shoot tighter, either 85, 135 or on a 70 to 200, the rain becomes visible. It stops looking messy and starts looking cinematic. And here's something really important. You don't need your couple standing in heavy rain for ages. This is where confidence comes in. You set up the shot first, you dial your settings in, you'll know exactly where they're standing, and then you can say, right, step outside for 30 seconds, trust me. Click, click, done. And you get them back inside. Shoot in bursts, controlled and intentional. That's how pros shoot in the rain. So this is where experience shows. Sometimes the rain's light and everyone's laughing. Perfect, then go for it. Other times it's cold, heavy, sideways rain and the bride's already shivering. That is not the moment to prove how dedicated you are to getting the shot. Your job is not to be dramatic. Your job is to protect the experience. If they feel looked after, they trust you more. And when they trust you, they're far more likely to say later, actually, should we try one more quick shot outside? Trust creates opportunity, whereas stubbornness kills it. So the biggest mistake you can make is complaining. Even if you're joking. Even slightly. The second you say, this is typical, the couple hears, this is bad. Another mistake is panicking and skipping the portraits entirely. Or rushing it so much that everything feels tense and chaotic. Or assuming that dark weather means dark photos just because you didn't adjust your exposure properly. Rain doesn't equal bad photos. A bad mindset equals bad photos. and the couples will remember your energy much more than the conditions. So here's the bit that most beginners don't realise. Couples don't remember the weather app. They remember how they felt. Did you make them feel calm? Did you make them laugh about it? Did you say, this is your story, let's own it? Some of the most powerful wedding images that I've taken were in terrible weather because everyone leaned into it. They stopped chasing perfect, and when people stop chasing perfect, that is when emotion shows up. Rain doesn't ruin wedding days. More often than not, it's going to make them more memorable. So that's episode 6 of Wedding Photography Problems and how the pros fix them. If you want the rainy wedding cheat sheet, it's linked below. Keep it saved for those forecast moments when your brain tries to panic. And don't forget, this is a part of a 10-part series. New episodes dropping every Thursday at 3 PM UK time. Next week, we're tackling awkward couples who hate being photographed and how to get natural photos without forcing anything. If this video's helped, then hit the like button. Drop me a comment with the worst weather you've ever shot in and how you got through it. I really do want to hear it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next Thursday.